Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here. Back in the 1990s, I got into a lot of anime series that had been dubbed into English and aired on US television. Amongst those were shows like Gundam, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, Tenchi, and there was also this one that was a personal favorite that I haven't seen in many years, until now that is. This is Legendary Armor Samurai Troopers, or as it was known in its American dubbed version, Ronin Warriors. I'm going to use the name Ronin Warriors throughout this review just because I think that's the name most people who watch this video will be familiar with. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinions, and let you know if I recommend this set. Nice close-up of our heroes there on the slipcover, spine text on the other side. On the back, we got a description of the show, a few photos, legalese, and so forth. Slipcover comes off. This actually had reversible art, which I already reversed. Basically, pretty much art from that same period, I think this is from one of the OVA series, but it's just them in a different pose. Spine is pretty much the same. There's the back cover. Again, same deal. We pop this open. Inside, you can actually see the reversible art there. And the discs look very nice. They're black with gold writing. They've got the symbols of the 5 Ronin Warriors armors. Disc 1 is episodes 1 through 12. Disc 2 is episodes 13 through 24. Disc 3 is episodes 25 through 36. Disc 4 is episodes 37 through 39, as well as the bulk of the bonus features. And then Disc 5 contains the 3 OVAs, which is a total of 12 episodes amongst all of them. And then it has a few additional features to go along with those as well. I'll read the description of the series from the packaging. The Return of a Thousand-Year Curse. The boys are back on Blu-ray. Long ago, there existed an evil spirit that waged a war to conquer the human world. Defeat drove him back to the realm of darkness, but not before vowing to return and exact his revenge. 1,000 years later, the world has all but forgotten the name of Arago, Emperor of Doom. When black clouds smother the bright city lights of Shinjuku, the people of the world plunge into terror, unprepared for the evil spirit's return. 5 young men emerge, wearing mystical armor said to grant strength enough to defeat Arago once and for all. But despite the might of their armor, Ryo of the Wildfire, Toma of the Heavens, Shu of the Stone, Shin of the Torrent, and Seiji of the Nimbus will have to join together and learn to work as a team if they are to have any chance of defeating the armies of the Empire of Doom. Now, the English dub version of the show did change a lot of characters' names. For instance, the evil Emperor Arago became Talpa in the English dub, and then the Ronin Warriors' names were changed to Kento, Sai, Rowan, and Sage. Ryo retained his name, but it's pronounced Ryo in the dub. Although oddly, in the dub of the OVAs, they go back to saying Ryo, but everyone else retains their English dub names. This is a beautifully produced, well-put-together series. I love old hand-drawn animation back before the industry really started veering towards CGI so heavily, and that's one of the reasons I love going back and enjoying shows such as this. In America, the show first premiered in the mid-90s. In Japan, it was first made and aired in the very late 80s, like 88 and 89, I believe, is when they aired the original series, and I think the OVAs came out from about 89 to 91. In America, it premiered in syndication in the mid-1990s with an English dub that included the Ocean Group, some of the best voice actors out there, and it's good to see that they did recruit a good cast at the time. And then the show, of course, well, it started in syndication with minimal success. It later showed up on networks like the Sci-Fi Channel, the USA Network, and perhaps most famously, Cartoon Network, where it aired as part of their Toonami action block. That's where I largely caught it back in the day. And the show itself, of course, revolves around the 5 warriors as well as Talpa and his 4 warlords, including one who ends up having misgivings. Many other characters are introduced throughout the series, including a young woman who's the granddaughter of a researcher on the Ancients with information that can be used to help the warriors, and Yuli, a young boy who's orphaned when his parents are captured by the dynasty following the initial attack, and of course White Blaze, who is Ryo's tiger who often assists him in battle. And I have to say, the show actually has aged fairly well, even if some elements do show their age. The original Japanese version is included here, as well as the older English dub. Supposedly there were issues with releasing the dub, but finally I guess all of that's out of the way, so we do get both versions in this set, which is pretty nice. I do have to say though, I wish they had redubbed the show, given us a new dub that's a little more accurate. When they started really heavily dubbing anime in the 1990s, a lot of these shows were infamous for putting all these really stupid dialogue moments and really bad slang. I would like to have gotten a new dub that was free of all of that and retained the characters' original Japanese names, but I guess that's a small price to pay. There's plenty of action throughout the original 39 episodes, plus the 12 OVA episodes, and it is a little deeper than some of the shows of this era, and I am happy to see that this gets a proper uncut release with all the violence and moments like that intact. Now, I do have to say, I'm always a little skeptical when it comes to revisiting old anime titles on Blu-ray because a lot of the time they tend to have issues, like sometimes it might be in the wrong aspect ratio, sometimes they might have really bad picture quality. I'm happy to say that this release of Ronin Warriors doesn't suffer from any of those things. Now, I don't know if this is an upscale or if it's a proper like high-def master, but either way, what this looks like here is absolutely gorgeous. The colors are vibrant, the black levels are deep. It really does justice to that old hand-drawn animation, and I'm happy to see the show looking the way it does here. Again, you do get both the sub and dub tracks, plus subtitles that are included for any signage or lyrics in the opening and closing music. Even though it does include the English version here, regardless of what version you watch, it has the Japanese opening and closings, as well as the next episode preview and the previously on recap as well. Those particular moments were never dubbed into English, so those actually just play in here with instrumental music if you're watching the English version, which is the way that they intended it. It specifically said on the discs that that's how they meant this to be. Although the OVA episodes do have some previews and recaps that actually were dubbed into English. There's actually quite a few bonus features on here, many of which appear on the 4th disc. We get textless versions of the opening and closing credits sequences, the American versions of the opening and closing credits, a few Japanese commercials, an art gallery, and it's very nice to see all of this brought together here. I only have 2 minor complaints in regards to the bonus features, and that's that A, they didn't include any of the American toy commercials, and B, they didn't include any of the Toonami commercials. Now, I'm guessing that's probably a legal issue or something like that, but those would have been nice to have here. Either way, I'm damn happy to have this show on Blu-ray, looking, sounding, and being packed with as many bonus features as it is. This set gets my absolute highest recommendation. If you're at all a fan of this show, or you just love revisiting old anime or animated shows, it's definitely worth your while, and they've done a very good job here. Are you a fan of Ronin Warriors? Did you grow up with this series? Are you planning on picking this set up? Have you gotten it already? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.